The date is November 24th, 1979. The Villanova Wildcats are hosting the Temple Owls in a battle for the Mayor's Cup. Temple comes in at 8-2 with a bid in the Garden State Bowl in East Rutherford, New Jersey, already locked up. Villanova is a heavy underdog with a record of 5-5, but they defeated 8-3 Rutgers the previous week, so the Wildcats should make this a competitive game. Villanova had not beaten Temple since 1976, so much is at stake here. Even better, ABC selected this game as one of the 5 regional telecasts for November 24th, 1979. Or, that was the plan. What actually happened is arguably one of the biggest instances of miscommunication and incompetence in ABC's history broadcasting college football. First, we need some context into how broadcasting college football went in 1979. Spoiler alert, it was much different than it is now. Until 1984, the NCAA and not individual conferences had a contract with ABC and later CBS to broadcast games. With this contract came several restrictions, with the most important restriction being the limit on the number of times ABC could televise a team. In 1979, ABC could televise a team twice, once nationally and once regionally, or twice regionally each year. Additionally, no team could appear on TV more than 3 times in a rolling period of 2 years. On top of this, ABC had quotas to fill with every Division 1A and 1AA conference. ABC managed this sort of well by having slates of 4 and sometimes 5 regional games each weekend, but that does not mean it always went smoothly. Sometimes there were complaints over regions that got essentially blacked out of important games, so ABC and the NCAA could fulfill their contracts, like earlier in the season when 2 Virginia stations received Norfolk State versus Virginia Union instead of Notre Dame USC. But this was all part of having to distribute airtime across 3 divisions and not on ABC or the NCAA's incompetence. This brings us to September 29th, 1979. The Pitt Panthers are visiting Veterans Stadium to play the Temple Owls, and this game is highly anticipated in Pennsylvania. Temple is 3-0 for the first time since 1974, and Pitt is a national powerhouse. I know that is hard to imagine, but the Pitt Panthers were 3 years removed from their 1976 national championship and had appeared in 4 straight bowls, including the previous season's Tangerine Bowl. Even though the Panthers already lost the game to North Carolina, expectations were still high for the program. As a result, Prism, a local cable company in Philadelphia, wanted to broadcast the game throughout the region. However, this required an exception from the NCAA to prevent this from deducting from each team's balance of 2 TV appearances. For the NCAA to approve the exemption, the game had to be over 400 miles from the home team's campus or a sellout. The Pitt-Temple game met neither requirement, but the NCAA approved the exemption anyways. A generous deed from the NCAA seems too good to be true. A little over 1 month later, Temple had its first ABC appearance of the 1979 season when the network aired their 34-31 road win against Hawaii regionally. 3 weeks later, the coast was clear for ABC to regionally air the Philadelphia battle between Villanova and Temple. Neither team had appeared on ABC twice, and Temple had the exemption to clear them for a second ABC appearance. The Northeast would get a sneak peek at a team going to a bowl and see a crosstown rivalry. You can't ask for much more as a college football fan in 1979. But it was not meant to be. While the NCAA had awarded the exemption to have the Pitt-Temple game televised, it was not truly an exemption, as the NCAA counted it as one of Temple's 2 allowed TV appearances. The only problem is they did not notify ABC. So, ABC put Temple-Villanova as one of their regional games for November 24th, 1979, under the false pretense that Temple still had a TV appearance available. ABC scrambled to find a replacement game and had to settle on the less interesting matchup between 3-6 Boston College and 6-3 UMass. Although UMass was already a co-champion of the Yankee Conference, they were out of contention for the Division I AA playoffs. Back then, the Division I AA playoffs consisted of a 4-team field, with one representative each from the East, West, and South, along with one at-large school. Luckily, the NCAA did not screw ABC and the Northeast out of a good game as Temple beat Villanova 42-10. The Owls raced to a 28-10 halftime lead and outgained the Wildcats by over 200 yards while intercepting 3 passes. Unfortunately, the UMass-BC game was not much better, with the Eagles blowing out the Minutemen 41-3. Boston College forced 4 turnovers and outgained UMass 412-222. Moments like the 1979 Villanova-Temple TV scandal show technology and college football broadcasting have come a very long way. We should be grateful that the NCAA's forgetfulness will never block another school from a TV appearance in the current broadcasting landscape. Like and subscribe for more mini documentaries like this. God bless you.